I'm Danny Hatcher, and I'm a papaholic. Productivity app addict. No, that's not really an addiction, and yes, it is a little bit of a joke, but applications and using applications, using multiple different tools and exploring lots of different things you could use is something I've struggled with for a long time. In addition to this, I do love consuming a lot of productivity, self-help, self-development content, whether that's videos, podcasts, books or articles. To some extent, I still consume that information. But at the end of the day, the apps and tools I'm using aren't really going to make a difference, and all of the videos and stuff that I consume isn't going to make a difference unless I do something about it. Code and scan are two anagrams that I've come across, and they are probably the most applicable for this video, even though they're not mine or original. Code being taken from Tiago Forte's Building a Second Brain course, thinking about capture, organising, distilling and exploring information. Now I want you to throw out those words and just think about the different sections as ideas, as abstracts, as concepts, rather than the specific word itself. And then scan, which is storage, calendar, actions and notes. And again, you can replace those words with lots of different things, but that's the anagram that I came across. There are certainly lots of different frameworks, anagrams and crossovers between words, terminologies, contexts, environmental constraints, you name it, there's probably an it depends scenario in there. So in this video, I want to go through what I've done, combine these two anagrams together, and I want to show you the system I'm currently using to actually get stuff done. I also want to add in, before I get started, I am one of those people that doesn't like paying for stuff, doesn't like buying stuff, so all of the tools I currently use, free. So to start with, we have S for storage. Most of my storage goes to my external hard drive, which is this one right here. And even though I have pretty much everything on here, I don't actually store that much information, that much data. So when we're going through Affinity, that's currently what I use. I use Affinity instead of Photoshop. That's down here, you can see there's the app, and these are the files for the application. If I go in, you can see there's all of the files. Nothing too exciting. Then I have applications, and when we go in there, we've got Affinity, which again is just more files. We have Audacity, which I use for audio editing. Again, free software, very useful for getting rid of background noise. And then Levelator, which is something else I sometimes use for audio. That's just here and there. I'm testing that one out currently, but again, that is free. Then I have my archive. My archive is mainly for old, as you would imagine, old schoolwork. So I've got my final research project for my dissertation, I have my coaching resources, that's UK Coaching, Simpspell, loads of other documents. None of them I have used. I haven't used any of these documents other than the final research in 2, 3, even 4 years in some cases, but they are there just in case. I then have code, and these are just coding documents that I was exploring when I was learning how to code. All of these are actually on my public GitHub repository, so I kind of have a cloud storage backup there as well, in case it does break, but I don't actually need these. These are purely just working documents for learning how to code. Then I have my Obsidian. Now Obsidian is note-taking specific, so this is where Obsidian is located on my computer because they are markdown files, and I will go further into my Obsidian note-taking later on in the video, but that is where it is stored locally. It's on my external hard drive. Then I have this, which is a hidden folder that I'm showing. I have no idea what's in it. Those of you that know tech can probably tell me what that's about. Squirrels, which is essentially my daily journal. Now, journaling as a topic, as a thing, I class journaling as an umbrella term because journaling is tracking on a daily basis. Squirrels are my own squirrel moments there where I have a squirrel queue and then I go and explore that thing. And I do it in video format, and I will be doing a video about how I'm doing my journaling, as you can see. Day 44. Previously, I struggled to do 4 or 5 days in a row of journaling, traditional journaling. I've been going 44 days at this point, so it's working pretty well. But this folder, I have all of my previous squirrels in there as video files. They are also uploaded as unlisted videos on my second YouTube channel, which I'll link in the description below. So I have them stored as a cloud storage on YouTube and locally here in my files. This is the audio that I constantly just refresh every day because I don't need old audio when I have the video. And then we have work. Now work is essentially my projects folder. It's what I'm doing. This Excel document right here is just a duplicate of my online banking, so I can do some money number accounting stuff because I like playing with numbers. But work folder. My work folder, I have Affinity. Now, what's in Affinity? These are just templates. These are templates for lots of different things I've done in the past. Maybe I want to do them again. I then have another archive inside my work folder. And this archive is for all the videos I've done in the past. So you can see 2021 content is there. So that's this year. That's this month. In here, I have the last 3 months. And then in my archive folder, inside my archive folder, which is inside my work folder, yeah, I then have 2019 and 2020 content because that's how long I've been doing YouTube, or making content on YouTube anyway. Nothing really goes in there other than stuff that I've worked with. Then we have icons. Icons are just things that I've made. These are Notion icons or app icons I've used in thumbnails or anything like that. So again, storage, all local storage. Images, same sort of thing, any images that I've worked with. Live thumbnails, so any live streams, I've got the thumbnail there, so that's the one currently coming up this weekend on the second channel. Again, link in the description. Looking forward to talking with Kehi, but these are where the live thumbnails goes. They're all in there just in case I speak with the same person again. And then I have the live streams because I did move the streams from this channel over to the other channel, so I have all the downloaded files there. Then I have working on, which is probably the folder I spend most of my time in, which is actually in the quick access tab. Note taking, that's the video I've just done. This stays here for the blooper videos that will go on Patreon later on in the month, but all the videos, so when I've actually done this video, when I've recorded the video, there will be a folder in here for this video, and it will be here for the month. So the month's videos will be in here, and that's pretty much all I work on at the moment, because all the files that are locally stored are video files. All the other files for note-taking are in my Obsidian, which, as I shared, is here. Now moving on to C, Calendar. I use Google Calendar because I can use it on my phone. If I do end up getting a tablet or an iPad or something like that, I can use it on there as well. Google Calendar is used by loads of different people. It's easy, it's free, and there are so many tutorials about it, but it's just simple to use. There are a couple of shortcuts I like using, so T to go to today, W to go to the week view, and M to go to the month view. So if I push M on my keyboard, it goes to the month view. If I push W, it goes to the week. And then if I go to next week and then push T, I go back to today. Very, very simple to navigate through, and that's how I navigate most of the things. Now, Google Calendar. As you can see, I have a couple of calendars. I have my tasks in here as well, and I will get onto tasks as actions in a minute. You can see I'm currently recording this video, but I don't use Google Tasks. So I can have that on, I can have that off. I don't even know why that was ticked, but it was. I have an action calendar, which again, I'll go over in a second. My main calendar, which is orange. I have time and then videos. Another thing here is in Google Calendar, if you have an all-day event, it stays at the top. You can see I posted a video yesterday, why note-taking is unhealthy, or when note-taking is unhealthy. I changed the title. But that's there, and it's high priority. It's at the top of the day, so I can see that. Now, when I'm planning things out on my Google Calendar, I will come in here and I can see everything that's going on. Now, I don't want to see all the actions, so I just get rid of the actions. I don't need to see the time either, and normally I don't need to see the calendar because I will be planning out videos for YouTube, or I will be planning out different meetings, in which case I'll use my main calendar. The calendar is for any time where I need to be somewhere or I'm doing something, i.e. I'm talking to someone in a meeting or I'm going somewhere. Hence, walk the dog, I'm leaving the house, I can't do something. Training for football, I'm leaving the house, I'm doing something. Here, I'm in a meeting with someone. Here, I'm in a meeting with someone. So it's something to be done. It takes my attention away from what else I could be doing. Whereas YouTube videos here, I'm planning things out. Now I have the video publish time, the publish date, as an all-day event. And that allows me to identify, okay, this is a video, I don't have anything for this week, and this is a blooper video, that's for Patreon. And then all the tasks associated with the video then come up as different times. So I can still see them in this calendar, but it's not as in my face. Now my calendar on my phone I've set as a widget, and I'm only showing 2 calendars, the 2 main calendars I need to know when I want to have a quick look at something. I will show you everything else on my phone as well, so bear with me. Here you can see my main screen. I have my actions here, which again I will go through in more depth in a second. And then I have my calendar. And on my calendar view, it's literally there. I've got my videos, my YouTube videos, because they are the main actions. That's my main focus currently, and then I have all of my main calendar, and they are the two calendar views I show. Now, all of the other apps on my phone are actually specifically put in places. So I have messages, bottom left, I have my Gmail next to it, because they are the two main communications that I need to focus on. If I get a text message, I need to respond. If I get an email, I need to respond. Spotify, because I listen to music and podcasts a lot of the time when I'm out of the house. And then I have these two folders. One is browsing. Browsing folder is literally, as you can see, YouTube, TikTok, chess, and clock I use a lot of the time. Twitch, when I'm feeling just having a watch, just having a break, it's there. And then the other three I use on occasion. And then I have my communication platforms. It's right there. Telegram, Twitter, and WhatsApp are probably the three most used in there, but Discord is there when I have a look in there. Reddit for browsing around. Messenger when old people message me on Facebook. Hey. And then Instagram, and to be honest, I never actually go in there. It's more of I have a look at the notification if someone's posted something that's exciting. And then when I go into all of the other apps that I have, you can see these are all of the apps on my phone, just in case you're curious. There's the apps folder, there is my Google folder, that is just loads of Google stuff. Other folders, I don't really know what apps are in here because I never actually have a look. And there's that folder, and there is that folder, just in case you want to know every single app that is on my phone. Now we have Todoist, and Todoist is what I'm using for my actions for two main reasons. Firstly, I will quickly go to Google Calendar. In here, if I add a task into Google Calendar and use Google Tasks, they stay there. So if I come into here and I add something in, just for those of you that haven't explored Google Tasks too much, I can go test. I save and the task is there. But when I've completed it, it will stay there. And that irritates me. I don't like that. Whereas, if I have a task in Todoist and I set the integration up in the way that I want, I can make it so that when I tick the task off, it actually disappears from my calendar view. So if I bring some of these tasks back, you can see these blue tasks that would normally be there today, I've actually completed them. I've completed all of these blue tasks and they've gone, they've disappeared, because I don't want to see them anymore. And that's the integration I have put in the Todoist settings. Some of the tasks I keep on there, so the YouTube tasks I keep there. They stay there so I know when I've done them, and I know when videos have been published. The same with the normal calendar. They stay there as well. But the small actions, the small tasks that I want to get done, I don't want them to stay on my calendar, but I want them there at the beginning of the day and throughout the week so I can see what's going on and plan accordingly. So when I go into my Todoist, you'll see very similar projects. I have my main calendar. If I come into here, I have all of the different calendar events. I don't really have a look at this in Todoist, it just appears in my Today view. And the Today view is where I live. That is what you saw on my phone widget, and that's what I use to get stuff done, with 30-minute reminders for all of the different tasks and actions I need to get done. Then I have my actions project. Sort of project. And these are split up. These are split up into different sections. I have a daily section. So these are all of the different actions you would see daily. These are the blue things that are in my calendar. So you can see clean teeth, morning water, etc., etc. And the second reason for using Todoist is when I add something in, there is natural language processing. I can put tomorrow, today, recur every day, whatever that happens to be. It's very easy to input a recurring task for however long I need. Now, the reason I have all of these actions on my calendar is when I want to move an action around, I don't want to have to go into here. I don't want to have to go into each task or into a task individually and change the date. I would much rather, because I'm visual, I'd much rather come in here and just drag and drop wherever I need to be. Now, as we scroll down, you can see I've got repeated tasks. So these are tasks that I want to get done, but it's not every day. So you can see squirrel reviews, when I'm reviewing the squirrel moments that I've had. Squirrel moments are 10-minute explorations of different things. Money, YouTube planning, etc. You can see them all the way down. These are things that are repeated things I need to do, but not daily, just so when I add something in, it's here rather than daily and having to scroll through all of the repeated tasks. And then at the moment, I have medication because I've got a bad eye. Well, I'm actually really deaf in my right ear as well, and I've got a bad eye at the moment because of infections. I love 2020, it was great. So I'm taking medications, and these are separate because different drugs, different times, etc., etc., but I have them in here, so I can't forget them. The next project is YouTube. Now, this actually crosses over with some of the project management I was using ClickUp, some of the project management skills and tools that I use. Templates. Templates in Todoist, you can pay for the premium version and get templates. I just have a template here, so it's just template, script, record, edit, thumbnail. That's all it is. And I can come into here and I just go duplicate. That's it. And then I can name it, time it, do whatever, but all I need to do is add a date to it and then just move it around on my Google Calendar because it's all synced. And then we have time. And this is purely just for outlining my day so I actually get breaks. I forget to eat. When I have something to do or when my brain decides, you know what, we're going to do this thing, forget eating. It's not a thing. I will completely skip lunch. I will forget about dinner. My parents will be downstairs. I'll go downstairs and they'll say, oh, dinner's on the side. Oh yeah, that was 2 hours ago. So I can go a whole day without eating. So I put these in. Now I remember to eat, which is why I have water as a task, otherwise I'd forget to drink. And this others project is where I put other miscellaneous actions that I want to have. Most of the time they are reminders. I have them hidden because I don't want to show you all of the reminders in the future because some of them are personal. So these reminders basically are just things I want to get done, but it could be a 2-month reminder, a 4-month reminder, a year reminder, I don't know. They're just things that don't really fit into any of these 4 categories, but I still want them to be as actions. And to round up my use case for Todoist, you have my inbox. Now the inbox crosses over with notes and note-taking. And note-taking is basically the other anagram, code. Capture, organize, distill, and express. So I capture information in either Obsidian or Todoist. I will go through Obsidian in a second. So in my inbox, you can see I sort out Obsidian because I wanted to sort it out. I didn't put a date on it, I didn't put a time on it, it's just something I'd like to do. So I still need to go through some of the tags, but I have a video in here. So this is a video I've watched. I've taken notes on, but I want to rewatch because I think I need to distill that 3rd section. I want to distill this a little bit further because I think there are some things in here that I still need to go over again. So I captured it and I used the Todoist Clipper, I guess you'd class it as a clipper. It's an extension, a Google Chrome extension, so it comes up today, but what I would do is go add website as task, and then I won't put a date on it and it'll go into my inbox because it doesn't go to a specific project. And the add website as task I do for blogs, articles, podcasts, literally anything that is on the web, I will just clip it into my Todoist inbox. And when it's in my Todoist inbox, I know I need to do it. And then when I'm going to do it, I will then take notes in Obsidian. So let's go to Obsidian. Now that we're in Obsidian, you can see I'm actually using Obsidian to kind of script out this video. This is my script of the video that I'm currently recording. This is what I've literally gone through. And this is where I take all of my notes. This is where everything is stored. As you would have seen in the storage section, it is locally stored. Now I will say, even though this is locally stored, it's also stored on the cloud. So unlike my videos, the videos that are locally stored in my external hard drive and are then stored on YouTube as my cloud storage, this is in Google Drive. So my Google Drive has an Obsidian folder with just my Obsidian files in it, very, very small. But the way I organize my Obsidian, it may look like literally any other note taker. It could be the same as Roam, the same as Notion, the same as Scrivener, the same as Evernote. It's very, very simple, but the difference between the Obsidian and Evernote is it has the option, if I want to use the backlinks, to use the graph view. So the options are there for when I do want to use them in some notes, but it also is free, so I don't have to pay for the advanced functionality that Roam actually gives me. And then it also, because of the way Obsidian works with hotkeys, shortcuts, and the many pages you can have up at one time, it gives me more note-taking, brainstorming space that Notion doesn't quite give me, because Notion you'd need different windows up. So it's easier to navigate through in that sense, which is why I personally use Obsidian. The hotkeys, the navigation, the views of multiple things, and it's free. So let's have a look at the storage of my notes. I've got my journal folder. The journal folder is literally what you would imagine. It's where I put all of my squirrel sessions. So my daily notes. So if I go Control Y, it will go to today. This was my squirrel queue. I've already done my squirrel, it's on Patreon. If you want to have a look at all of the squirrels that I've ever done, just go on Patreon, you'll be able to see the 44 and anything into the future, assuming you're still a Patreon. But this was my squirrel for today. You can see I have yesterday's date, today's date, and then tomorrow's date. That's pretty much my daily note. And anything else that happens in the day, so maybe I go to the gym, maybe I do a cycle, maybe something grabs my attention, or there's something that I want to note down, it will come into here, and then we'll go somewhere. Maybe it's an action, but I'm in Obsidian, and I go, you know what, let's just write that down, and it will go into Todoist. Or, most cases, I will go Control O, and then I will either go to YouTube, which is where I put my YouTube ideas, or I will go to TikTok. Now, previously, TikTok is a new thing I'm exploring, but previously, the ideas that would go into TikTok are 30-second, 1 minute just, oh, that's an idea, I want to explore that a little bit further, or ask some questions. And some of those questions go on Twitter, some of those questions go directly to different people I want to talk to, but I'm using TikTok as an experiment. I will go into those dashboards in a second. Then I have tech. And as you can see, 1021 files. When I say tech, I mean apps. These are all different applications, Coda, Todoist, Workflow, Trello, blah, 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 blah. They will go all the way down. Tool type is for the different type of tool that they are, so these will be tagged in apps. And then I have features. All of the many, many features that these different applications have, such as backlinking, what you see, what you get editor, because Obsidian isn't, so you actually need to go between the two modes because it's still in beta, and then I'm comparing all of these different things using the backlinks, and that's where Obsidian, the backlinks, I'm using it in one context but not in another, and that's just my personal preference. Then I have templates. Templates is what you would imagine, these are just the templates that I use. And then I have work. And this work folder is very, very similar to the work folder I have in my main files. I have live streams, TikTok, and YouTube. TikTok was brainstorming, now it's TikTok because I'm putting them on TikTok because, hey, let's have a bit of fun. And then I have posted. So these are the things I've currently posted at the time of me recording this. Another one will go up tomorrow, as you saw on my calendar, every day, because TikToks are easy to make. Then I have the ones that I've created. So these are pages that I've created in the TikTok dashboard. But when I actually go into the dashboard, woof, here's lots of just different thoughts, ideas, questions that I've had. Not all of these are going to show up here because they need to be pages. And that's pretty much it. If I have an idea and I go, you know what, that could be an interesting TikTok comment, I will just put it in here. TikTok idea. I know some people use Twitter for this exact use case. Why is it a nice number? As a perfect example, I think that was put in today. Why is it a nice number? 10. It's a nice number. Why? Is it because it's a round number? Is it because it can be divided by lots of things? When you think of 3, it's not a nice number. Or me anyway. I'm like, why is that? Why is 3 not nice and 10 nice? Anyway, that's a TikTok I need to explore. That's why it's there. That is literally why it's there. And YouTube is worked exactly the same. It's formatted exactly the same. This is the video I'm currently working on. This is the YouTube dashboard. Here are those videos I'm working on. Here's some video ideas, just a couple, like this was a video idea, then this was a video idea, this was a video idea. I thought, hey, you know what, let's put it all together and see what happens. And then there are lots of different things that will combine together because I will go through the squirrel sessions, the TikTok explorations, and the YouTubes, and all of those sort of notes will combine together to create a video which will form a script, and all of that together, there we go, allows me to do a deep dive on one specific topic and share it. And when we're looking at that code, see, collect. I'm collecting it in Todoist. I'm then collecting it in either the YouTube, the TikTok, or the squirreling dashboard. I'm then organizing it into these folders, either TikTok, YouTube, or journal. I'm then distilling it by expressing it in a video format because I prefer video formats. Again, I will go further into this topic in a video in itself, but I don't like writing. It's not something I enjoy doing, and it's actually a friction point. So what did I do? I decided to explore it through video. Hence, YouTube, TikTok, exploration. So I'm distilling the information through video thought, video exploration, and then reflection on those videos and making more videos. And then the express section and the sharing section is actually intertwined with my distilled section. Because my distilling is in a video format, it is already in a medium which I can share. And it's the same when you're writing things down. When you're writing things down, it could be rough. It could be very, very rough at the edges, but you can still tweet it out. You can still share it. And the live stream dashboard is pretty much what it says. It's just a live stream. It's got lots of different people that some I would like to talk to, some are just there because I'm interested in some of the work that they do, or I watch their content quite a lot. You could see some names on here. There are other names that were on here that have been moved out and that may dwift back in. They may dwift back in. But these are different people, so these are two people I'm going to be speaking to. David is someone that I've spoken to a lot. Hi David, if you're watching. And this works exactly the same as the TikTok and YouTube folders. I will have conversations with these people, or I will research some of the work that they're doing, and then their page may just be expanded. Seth Godin has got loads of blog posts that are related in there, and I'm distilling the information that he shared, some of the videos he shared, distilling that information, and then it just goes into a YouTube video, it goes into a TikTok, it goes into a squirrel, wherever that happens to be, but I make those connections in my head. Now, I love a good conversation. That's why I'm on YouTube. That's why I share things on social media, TikTok now, Twitter, wherever it happens to be. I love having a conversation. So, whether you disagree, whether you agree, whether you have different thoughts, I'd love to hear what your system is, what you use, what apps you use, what tools you use, or any philosophy that you have, and I'd love to hear about it in the comments section below.